Hey everyone! So for our short story in this video, we are going to read a comic book adaptation of the end of the movie Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. We are going to look nice and close and see the whole thing. So I hope you all enjoy! Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, Volume 4. Script by Archie Godwin, art by Al Williamson, Carlos Garzon, colors by Carrie Portmer and Perry McNamee, lettering by Ed King, and cover art by Rodolfo Migliari. Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, Volume 4. The Rebel Alliance has begun their greatest strike against the Empire, sending Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker, and Han Solo to Endor, where they hope to deactivate the energy shield, protecting the second Death Star. The team avoids Imperial detection, and with the help of C-3PO, becomes allies with the residents of Endor, the Ewoks. Feeling he may expose the rebels because Darth Vader can sense him through the Force, Luke makes a decision to leave and confront Vader, hoping to return the Dark Lord to the light side. The Rebel fleet, the full strength of the Alliance, committed to the bold gamble, at this point leading the fighter squadrons, the Millennium Falcon, at its controls with an entire new crew, Lando Calrissian. And as Lando signals his ship's readiness, the voice of Admiral Akbar rings out from his Mon Calamari flagship over all comlinks.
All craft begin to jump to hyperspace on my mark. May the Force be with us.
Next stop, the Death Star. But don't worry, my old buddy. Han's already there at work. He'll have that defense shield down as scheduled. Well, this will be the shortest offensive of all time. The Ewok's name is Wicket. He was the one who first befriended Princess Leia and has reunited his new allies with their main strike force and led them to the Imperial shield generator bunker. And now is about to draw off the guards at the entrance. Hey! 3 of the 4 scouts take off after the stolen speeder bike. As for the 4th, not bad for a little ball of fuzz. Just wish he'd checked with us first. Guess he knows enough to grab the nearest vine and leave the Imperials chasing an empty bike. But concern for Wicket has to come second to moving inside, quickly and quietly. We're running out of time, Han. The fleet will be out of hyperspace soon. No problem, your royalness. So far, this is easier than falling off a bantha. And, with a burst of concentrated fire, sealed doors fly apart, bringing their goal in sight. Freeze! Inside, everybody! Let's get those charges planted. But, if all goes well for the rebel cause on Endor, events are proceeding far differently aboard the new Death Star. Welcome, young Skywalker. I have been expecting you. I look forward to completing your training. Soon, within the great battle station, a gnarled finger gestures. And the binders of Luke Skywalker's wrists clatter to the floor, allowing him to stand free before the one being in the galaxy he would most like to see destroyed. Luke remains still. If you believe the time will come when I call you Master, you are gravely mistaken. You will not convert me as you did my father. You will find, my young Jedi, it is you who are mistaken about a great many things. Ah, your lightsaber, a Jedi's weapon, much like your father's. By now you must know he can never be turned from the dark side. So it will be with you. Never. Soon, I will die, and you with me. You refer to the imminent attack of your rebel fleet. I assure you we are quite safe here. Your overconfidence is your weakness.
Your faith in your friends is yours. Everything proceeds according to my design. Your friends on Endor, the rebel fleet, all move into a trap. It was I who allowed the Alliance to know about the station and the shield generator. From here, you shall witness the final end of your insignificant rebellion. Does that make your hate swell? Take your Jedi weapon. Use it. I am unarmed.
No, never.
Give in to your rage. It is unavoidable. With each passing moment, you make yourself more my servant. Give in. It is your destiny. You, like your father, are now mine.
Some distance from the Death Star, the rebel fleet roars out of hyperspace. At its head, in the Millennium Falcon, Lando Calrissian immediately senses something is wrong.
No reading on the shield because we're being jammed? How could they be jamming us if they didn't know that we're coming? Break off the attack! Follow my lead! That shield's still up!
But as the fleet responds to Lando's move,
Admiral Akbar, enemy ships moving out from behind the sanctuary moon, cutting us off, sending in fighters. It's a trap! Launch all interceptors! Double power to the main battery! Only their fighters are attacking! What are those Star Destroyers waiting for?
The answer to the question comes from the Death Star. Comes in the form of a crackling power beam that slices through the rebel fleet, turning massive battlecruisers into vapor.
Our intelligence was wrong! The station is fully operational! All craft prepare to retreat! Admiral, we can't give up and run. We don't have a second chance. Han'll have that shield down. We just gotta give him more time.
The reversal has come with stunning swiftness. One moment, Han, Leia, and their party were ready in charges. The next, their lookout was gone, and the shield control bunker was flooded with Imperial troops, part of a legion placed on Endor by the Emperor.
Step lively, rebel scum! You saw the screens inside. The rebellion is over, for your fleet as well as you.
The words ring depressingly true in the small band of captives on Endor, even as on the Death Star, similar words chill Luke Skywalker.
There is no escape. Should a miracle occur and the generator still be destroyed, I've given orders from this station to be turned on Endor Moon and destroy it. The Alliance will die, as will your friends.
The laser sword begins to shake where it rests by the Emperor's hand. Luke can't resist any longer. The saber leaps through the air and into his black-gloved hand.
Yes, ignite it. Strike with all your hatred. Make your journey to the dark side complete.
Beyond thought, the young Jedi acts, only to find another light blade blocks the death stroke, and as the Emperor's pleased laughter echoes through the throne room, Luke begins the duel he hoped to never fight. But the son, if the son holds any reluctance at the clash, the father seemingly does not. Darth Vader presses forward, strong, skillful, sure, exhibiting more deadly invincibility than ever. Meanwhile, as the Endor captives are herded together under the guns of an Imperial scoutwalker, Hello? Did you forget about us? But the stormtroopers, who charge into the brush after the two audacious droids, instead find Ewoks. They drop from everywhere, downing Imperials, stealing weapons, and the sudden diversion is all the prisoners need.
Leia, grab a blaster. Head for the bunker. The Chargers are still in there. We might make it yet.
And the fugitives in the close combat with their captors, the Scoutwalker is unable to bring the guns to bear. Beyond Endor, in the depths of space, Lando and Admiral Akbar make the same tactic work on a larger scale.
At point-blank range, we won't last long against those Star Destroyers, Calrissian.
We'll last longer than we will against that Death Star, sir.
and now it can't fire at us without hitting its own ships."
On the Death Star, father and son grimly clash, brutally, aggressively. Darth Vader brings the full strength and power against his younger man. But, unlike the first time that they dueled, the carbon-freezing chamber of Bespin's Cloud City, this is a battle of equals. The young Jedi has grown in the interim. And, if there is any of this is true advantage, it seems to have shifted to him.
"That's it. Use your aggressive feelings, boy. Attack, attack. Let the hate flow through you."
But the Emperor's words awaken Luke to something terrible rising within him. He stops and lowers his lightsaber. I will not fight you, Father. Here, take my weapon." The Dark Lord, rising from where he stumbled, catches the sword as it rolls to him, attaching it to his belt.
"Don't underestimate the power of the dark side, Luke. It is the only way you can save your friends. Yes, your thoughts betray you. Your feelings are strong, especially for your—" "No!" "Leia, yes, I sense it, I feel it. A sister, a twin. Obi-Wan was wise to hide her, but your feelings have now betrayed her too. His failure is complete. If you will not turn to the dark side, perhaps she will."
The discarded weapon flies back to its young owner. "Never!" And the duel between father and son rages again, more violently than ever, with Luke as its driving force seized by a frenzy that seems to consume him. Meanwhile, war has come to the sanctuary moon of Endor, and though the waging of war is what the Empire does best, this fighting is not what the Imperial troops were prepared for. Their foes are small, quick, and elusive. They hit and run with crude, unorthodox weapons and tactics which shouldn't work, but within the crammed forest terrain prove remarkably effective, aided by rebel commandos and one particularly fearsome Wookiee. The Ewoks seem to be holding their own, but the shield generator bunker, where the droids join Han and Leia— "Oh no, Captain Solo, R2's hit!"
By the time the little guy recovers, it'll be too late for him to override the locking mechanism. Give me a hand, Leia. Maybe we can hotwire this thing. Leia, did you hear I said—
But there's an ugly burst of laser fire. The princess does most of the shooting, but not all.
Leia, you know I love you. Don't—
Thanks for caring, General, but it's only my arm, I'm afraid. We have bigger problems. The Scout Walker looms out of the smoke of combat, guns trained directly at the bunker doorway, and those in it. While in space, Lando Calrissian battles to keep his fighters within striking distance of the Death Star.
"This is Admiral Akbar. General, the jamming has stopped. We have a reading on the shield. It's still up. I fear Princess Leia's unit didn't make it.
Until they destroy our last ship, there's still hope." Within the converted control chamber aboard the Death Star, serving as the Emperor's throne room, the two combatants fight as never before. Darth Vader's defense is powerful and relentless, but it's only a defense. Step by step, Luke drives the Dark Lord onto a walkway over the battle station's main elevator shaft, each stroke of his sword forcing his father further toward defeat, until Vader's lightsaber sails into the nearly bottomless shaft and sparks fly from the mechanized stump that once held his right hand. The Emperor's laughter fills the great chamber.
Good. Kill him. Your hate has made you powerful. Now, fulfill your destiny and take your father's place at my side."
Luke's light blade dances at the throat of the figure fallen before him. He stares at the great body, more machine than flesh, then considers his own black-gloved hand, where he fears of what he is becoming. "Never, never will I turn to the dark side. You have failed, Your Highness. I am a Jedi, as my father was before me."
You fool! Only now at the end do you understand. Your feeble skills are no match for the power of the dark side. Now you may pay the price for your lack of vision.
For a moment, he is successful. Then there's only pain. Pain and lashing power that makes him shrivel. And then it seems as though he can't endure any more. It might increase. Even in his surprise, Luke tries to use the Force to deflect the blinding bolt of energy that the evil lightning has suddenly bombarded him.
So be it, Jedi. If you will not turn, you will be destroyed. Now, young Skywalker, you will die.
And the final horror for Luke is the sight of his father crawling back to the Emperor like a dying animal returning to the feet of its master. Until suddenly, with a final surge of strength, he stands not to serve this being who has turned him from Anakin Skywalker to Darth Vader, but to seize him. The merciless energy that had been killing Luke now arcs back to strike Vader. It rains over him, great searing, scorching his great form. Yet still he staggers with burden. To the edge of the abyss, hurled by the giant, the Emperor spins helplessly downward into the voids, bouncing, careening off the shaft's iron walls, to explode in the dark oblivion somewhere below, sending demonic winds howling out of the pit. Winds that almost suck the huge warrior in after his former master, until the hand of his son hauls him back, and both collapse, too spent, too weak to move. Father. Safe behind blast-sealed doors, within the Endor bunker, the Imperial control team awaits the results of the battle outside. Then, on the monitor screen, a scoutwalker appears.
It's over, Commander. The rebels have been routed and are fleeing into the woods. We need reinforcements to continue pursuit. Open all doors. Send 3 squads to help.
But the troops rush forth. They find battle conditions are not quite as described. An understandable error, since their commander talked to the man named Solo, using the comlink of the Scoutwalker captured by 2 tiny Ewoks and 1 giant Wookiee.
Arrgh! No time for gloating, buddy. Let's get in there and blow that thing.
After Imperial prisoners and Allied captors hastily withdraw, the new rebel general and his longtime partner bring their mission to a fiery conclusion. And the results of their accomplishment are swiftly realized by the rebel fleet.
Calrissian, they did it. The Death Star's defense shield is down. I'm already taking my groups in, Admiral. Keeping the big ships off our backs, we're going for the main reactor.
A host of Imperial fighters rise to stop them. And the uncompleted side of the battle station is a death maze to be threaded. Yet, in the end, 2 of the rebel craft make it, and the main reactor's chambers loom just ahead.
Targeting too big, Lando. My proton torpedoes can't even dent that. Go for the power regulator on the North Tower, Wedge. I'll take the main reactor. We're carrying concussion missiles. They should penetrate and start a chain reaction. Hustle. Once I let them go, we won't have much time to get at a Wedge. You survived the first Death Star. Don't want to lose you here.
The Falcon swoops in dangerously close, closer to the massive target. The former gambler at her controls takes no chances on missing. Then,
direct hit! Now for the hard part, getting out of this place.
For now, there is only the superstructure maze to weave through, there in the explosive, ever-mounting chain reaction to outrun. And the effects of the chain reaction are already being felt throughout the Death Star, including the docking bay, where 2 figures in black painfully move.
Go on, my son. Leave me.
No, you're coming with me, Father. I've got to save you.
You already have, Luke. Now help me take this mask off. Just once, let me face you without it.
You'll die.
Nothing can stop that now. Let me look at you with my own eyes.
Slowly, hesitantly, Luke obeys, and looks down on a face which, though livid with scars, has regained its humanity. Monstrous evil has faded, but the cost is high.
It's too late, Luke. It's too late.
And Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker, Luke's father, dies. Numbly, the last Jedi turns, disappearing into the fire and smoke between him and an Imperial shuttle looming beyond. Moments later, the Death Star erupts. Most of the Imperial fleet, indeed, the Empire itself, perishes with it. The destruction is total, except perhaps for a few tiny vessels fortunate enough to soar from the dreaded knot before the novas into oblivion. Might on Endor. A huge bonfire burns in the Ewok village, the centerpiece of a wild celebration as rebels and their allies rejoin in its warmth. Music and laughter swell. Past antagonisms and misunderstandings are forgotten. Old friends are reunited as one by one the warriors return, even those most feared forever lost. And if later, while the revelry around the campfire swells, one among them stands apart, haunted perhaps by the knowledge few others can ever share, he is still not alone. There is someone waiting to take his arm, to draw him to her and the others, back into the circle of warmth and love. The end.